Our first speaker today is Nina Smith. She's the Director of Digital Archive Operations for Warner Brothers Discovery, and will give an update on storage challenges in that arena.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for including me with this auspicious group of people. I am who he said I am. I'm Nina Smith, and my first role at Warner Brothers was with our Pictures International group way back in November of 2000. At that time, we were still servicing publicity photos on 35mm slides. Oh. That's I'm not iRods.
You keep talking, I'll get his phone.
All right. No. Scott, give me that. You give me this. Jesus. All right. Can't take him anywhere. Anyway, we were still servicing publicity photos on 35mm slides, sending them all over the world in envelopes via mail and overnight courier. So a lot has changed in 25 years. Today, I will review a bite-sized, that's not B-Y-T-E, a bite-sized overview of our Digital Preservation Vault operations. We were given a couple topics for this conference, and I chose, as some of you did, total cost of ownership. And I'm going to say it that way. So, because it's near and dear to my heart. We've heard from several presenters, including Brad and Will, on this very topic. So hopefully I'll give you something that you haven't heard yet. Utilizing a media asset management system, or MAM, overseen and operated by the Global Archives and Preservation Services team, the Digital Preservation Vault, or DPV, aims to preserve digital media assets, protecting the historical content of the company. Content is king. No content, not so good. We house content digitized from at-risk physical sources, think 2-inch, beta, those kinds of things, as well as the born digital content in the highest possible resolution, allowing for future remastering efforts and things we may not even know yet. The DPV preserves and provides access to a rich and unequaled collection of intellectual property that spans over a century. Preserving our content will ensure the continuity of the business's assets. Not knowing what tomorrow's consumption looks like, we need to actively preserve the best sources available today. Pairing innovative technology with expertly archived content allows for the catalog to meet the needs of future formats, which we were talking about today. When you're talking about you could do it with me, total cost of ownership, there are quite a lot of moving parts required. And those parts are required to work seamlessly for a successful digital archive team. Because you have project management and product management, the human capital is one of the most important parts of preservation. And I believe, I'm not sure who it was, someone earlier said that, even with AI, you need people. people, no. All right. Having a secure and resilient data transfer method, along with checksumming, ensures data validation is accomplished and processed in real time. The minimum for disaster recovery is 2 systems, geographically separated, providing data diversity, and control plane diversity. As Carl pointed out earlier, we also adhere to the 3-2-1, although, I know you invented it, so. The amount of human interaction and system interaction with petabytes of content can seem overwhelming. It's not if you have the right infrastructure. Even small redundancies are meaningful. We replicate our proxies, some of the smallest assets we have, on 2 different coasts. With respect to software, we use open source whenever possible, such as FFmpeg, because open source is always preferred, but not necessarily bulletproof. As we discussed earlier this morning, and Carl expressed so eloquently and with never mind. All right. More on that in a moment. We consistently modify and update our software to have increased functionality. There's a base tool set for everyone. However, we make modifications specific to individual use cases. Speaking of the total cost of ownership, you guys, yeah, you're not playing along. I have chocolate, okay? File size affects everyone who's involved in storage. I did the math. I'm happy to share the math another time. For a 25-minute, 24 frame per second, 48-bit depth, 2K file, and the difference between 25 minutes in 2K and 25 minutes in 8K was a 1,500% increase from 0.22 terabytes to 3.58 terabytes. So when we talk about storage, running out of storage, think about the company that, hey, now in 8K. So, and even if the storage media survives, there may be no drive to read it, or it can be read through, if it can be read through another drive, but not the original, you're going to lose data. It's just what happens. So open, widely adopted sources and standards are key. We use DPX, EXR, J2K, and MXF, although they could become obsolete as well. Anyone still on a VHS tape and player? Anyone? Oh, look at the hands in the room. Okay. Thank you, I'm done. No. Companies and products we thought might be around forever are all but gone. Remember cutting edge Netscape Navigator? Okay. Even planned obsolescence leaves data vulnerable. Think old personal digital assistants or even older versions of mobile phones. Can't really access a lot of that data. Huge game changers we once knew, like say paper roadmaps, woo! They're all but gone. So new media storage and the devices that hold them can be the answer. We just don't know what that is yet. I didn't grow up with fruit and drink pouches, yet they're everywhere. We need the next juice pouch. Someone in this room invent the next juice pouch. The opportunities we know about are very exciting. There will be others that will allow us to do our jobs better, faster, more efficiently, and more cost effectively. How to best protect all of the data we want to save? There are some options available or are being worked on, and we hope there are more solutions on the horizon, making security more robust and less vulnerable to bad actors. We may also want to save content that's considered sensitive or controversial, but needs to be preserved for future generations, and thus the total cost of ownership. I don't have that much chocolate. The total cost of ownership is not just about storage. I will finish my presentation by telling you something personal about myself. I actually started a band called 999 Megabytes. We haven't gotten a gig yet.